Und wir are live. Live Vive. Live Wire.
Live Iva.
Live Vive.
Live by the vibe.
In through the jive? Brah? I think that's all that words. Maybe. Alright, so. Oh, that's crazy. Well, I forgot what I was talking about. Or going to talk about. That's super awesome.
Let me hold it until we're streaming.
Yeah.
We're streaming. I forgot.
Damn it.
Class.
Classic stream. Oh, did you see the clip of the Polish streamer running over the dog?
I saw Moist video about that, and I was like, well.
Yeah, that was rough.
He's like, I'm gonna cut it right before she hits the dog, so then you guys don't have to be traumatized.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's not what I need this morning.
I watched the traumatized part. It
Oh
was
no.
horrible. I hated it, and I hated her.
The best part was like hearing him say, "Is like," and then she tried to defend herself. Like for that, I was like, awesome.
Jesus, shameless. Yeah, no.
Wonderful people.
No way to defend yourself after that point.
Do what?
I said it ain't no way to defend yourself after that point.
No. On one hand, I'm like, imagine watching that happen live and like being there when that happened. But on the other hand, I'm like, you're watching someone drive and actively interacting with them while they're supposed to be paying attention to the road, and it's like, no. Probably best.
It's even worse when she like as immediately as soon as she looks at her phone, like that's when it happens, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
It's like clearly there was a dog there. Like
Yeah.
clearly. It's like there's no way that she didn't notice that was. I mean, who knows?
Hits dog for content. Jesus.
Oh god.
Hey, I have one of those. Hang on a second. Kidding. Bad one. I gave him some of my Eds this morning. He was happy. And that's all that matters.
I think dogs are what's gonna save us in the next upcoming decades.
Mm-hmm.
Where we're just going to become more and more depressed as a society. And it's going to be kind of like how we used to worship cats in like ancient Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
But with dogs where it's just like, I don't know why I'm so sad all the time, but at least I have you,
Puppy.
and the dog's just gonna have to save us all.
Oh, I found the thing I was going to talk about.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, not really.
Not nice.
It's oh my god. There's a so Atomic Heart, right?
Yeah.
There's a a sexual upgrade machine.
All right.
And it really likes to fuck. Um,
In the game or in real life? Oh,
well,
and then an encounter. Okay.
yeah. That's the craziest part is and then like the main character gets fed up with her and he like punches the machine, which is basically like a vending machine, right? And
Yeah.
the body woman part is locked inside, charging, I'm sure. Um so anyway, yeah. So he like hits it and it's like yeah. Um anyway, we'll just we'll stray away from that one. We'll leave that one there. Next to the Polish streamer who enjoys running over dogs. Um. Yes. We could start a podcast right here, right now.
Hello, this is podcast episode 1. It's kind of cloudy outside today as we
True, I got some clouds too.
podcast.
As we cast pod.
See here. This podcast is going to be based off of what is the search results when I type into Google news, comma. I need that good new news.
Give me that new news.
Let's see what comes up. The Good News Network.
Drown
Positive
me
story.
in the current events, please.
Third case of HIV being cured confirmed 10
Ooh.
years after treatment of the Dusseldorf.
Oh, only 10 years? Nice.
Yeah.
Making improvements, I think.
5,000-year-old tavern found in Iraq. That is good news. That's what I needed today, is to know there's a 5,000-year-old tavern in Iraq.
Maybe it's the Kenshi Tavern.
Yeah.
The one that's
You know, honestly, that's the first thing I thought of when I saw that.
Yeah.
It's like, Kenchi's real life now.
Actually true. But I don't like to talk about it. It makes me depressed.
8 mysterious radio signals discovered by astronomers using AI. Could be extraterrestrial intelligence. I'm sure it is.
Could just be my uncle in his backyard radio. He has an antenna wrapped around like the tallest tree in his foresty area that's near him.
Mm-hmm.
And he says he literally had to like climb the tree and go all the way to the top for it to work. And but it's cool. It's like one of those CB radio things. So he like talks to people and such. So
did he like make the antenna himself and everything?
Yeah.
That's nuts, dude. Yeah, so
that's pretty cool.
Slight tangent / story that go off of that.
Hey, it's a podcast. We just gotta keep talking. That's all.
I was at Walmart earlier this week, and I was buying this. It's called Stabilizer. For sewing or quilting.
Oh, okay.
So essentially, what it is.
Armored Core. They have those.
Oh. That's it. Yeah, I'm buying my armored core parts from Walmart. The best place to get your materials.
What did you find in that car when you took it apart? That's what I really want to know. It's a little Autobot symbol.
So it's this. The best way I can describe it is it kind of reminds me of like cheesecloth. It's like a very simple fabric.
Okay.
And on one side they've like coated it with this some kind of like epoxy type sticky so I mean, it's not sticky when you touch it, but when you use like an iron on it, it gets sticky.
Uh-huh.
But essentially, what you do is the backs of like the materials that you might be like sewing together, like for quilts and stuff. You'll put this on the back of it, and you'll essentially use the iron to fuse the two materials together, and it's supposed to keep each one from like fraying.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I was over at the fabric section in Walmart picking this stuff up, and this guy comes up, and it's you could definitely tell that he's very much like the area that I live in. Um, very very rednecky, I guess, in a lot of ways. Like I'd rather do it myself, kind of a deal.
Okay.
Um, so what he ended up talking to me about was he's saying he was buying materials because he builds his own speakers,
That's pretty crazy.
like like the cones and like the
Oh,
coils and everything,
okay, yeah.
like the entire speaker completely from scratch.
That's pretty sick.
And I was like, "What in the world?" And he said, "Yeah, man, you can like make them pretty much out of anything."
Mm,
So he was buying like this like a foam padding the line the boxes that he was building for these speakers that he built.
mm-hmm.
Um, and his girlfriend or his wife was there, and she was like, "He's incredibly good at doing this. Like it's absolutely insane. Like how good these speakers actually sound."
That's pretty sick.
And I was like, "All right, cool." And then he started telling me about like if your speakers are like the cones or whatever like slightly damaged or bent in a weird way, um like you do this thing where you like use a magnet to pull the coil down, and then you fill the cone with water and you let it sit for like a day, and it should
Repairs.
help get it to sit in like its uniform like shape again and everything, and then you
Hmm.
pour the water out and you dry it off, and then your speakers should sound a lot better again and stuff. I was like, this guy's
That's nuts. So you're telling me if I have a blown out speaker, all I gotta do is shoot some water in it?
that somehow, some way, this man, yeah, like he was telling me, he's like building his own like surround sound like speaker system and everything.
Crazy.
And I'm like, is this
Bro, that sounds like a boss from Dying Light 2, where like his entire house is just speakers, and you just like he basically turns it up, and he's got like a little soundproof room, and he
yeah,
just
it's like all
blasts.
handmade. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Damn.
It's like made out of tin cans and like copper wire and everything's everything. It was so crazy to just think like I don't know. It just made me think again where so often you always hear like people like ripping on, rednecks and everything just for the way that they sound and stuff.
Yeah.
Um
No, never
but
shit
then
on a
you're like,
redneck.
"No, dude, like these people are like crazy smart, man." Like,
They gotta stay
you know,
redneck somehow, man. The only way to do that is
like this guy is like it's like one of those things where you sit there and you say, so like this person's smart enough to be able to build his own speakers, and what he chooses to use with that power is to like build speakers from scratch. And like, does that necessarily make him, you know, weird because his speakers are homemade? It's like, no, man, like DIY is like the big thing. And it's like people like that have just been doing it for generations, you know?
mm-hmm. That's yeah, that's wild. That is yeah, a boss fight for sure. Man. All right, podcast over.
I mean, I guess I could the end. tune in tune in next week for and then next week I'll tell you about the lady who was cutting the fabric for me. And apparently she lived down in Florida,
hmm
out where they do like the drag racing and stuff.
Yeah.
and her cousin or nephew or something used to the work on the cars there and everything.
Oh,
And
on okay, yeah.
and she said that she like absolutely loved like hearing them and everything and stuff. So every so often they would get everyone together and then they would like drive up to her street and then they just start ripping it while they're like going down the road
Okay.
just so that she could like hear them and like see the cars from her house and everything. And it just takes me back to like that I don't know if you've ever seen that video where a bunch of car show people did that for like one of their members or their members' kids was sick.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going through the neighborhood to like show off the cars for the kid,
Oh,
and these neighbors start like just bitching and whining and complaining about it,
of course. Of
and
course.
just being the great neighbors like you can't be driving that thing around here, it's too loud. It's like no, this is exactly the time we should be doing this. This is for a kid, you know.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he only has 6 days to live, and you want your peace and quiet for now and the rest of the time. It's a little unfair, buddy.
See here. See if I can even find that video anymore.
I was reading up on Sniper Wolf because occasionally I get her videos recommended in my YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, you know, there's just no way. Like, there's something off with her, right? And so I did some research and I found out that been in quite a bit of drama throughout her life and her career. And there was speaking of sick kids. There was like a 6 year old with like cancer, and Sniper Wolf kept like saying that she was gonna get on a phone call with this kid and like never did. And eventually the mother was just like, you know what, like, stop wasting our time. And just because it was like, she kept giving like empty promises, like, yeah, we're gonna call definitely 100%, and then like never did. And so this kid was just like heartbroken, and so there was a ton of drama around that, and yeah, crazy stuff. And then there was another time where Sniper Wolf's father, she was making so much money that her father started taking cuts of her pay. Actually, I'm pretty sure he like routed her entire payment, and it was just taking all of her stuff, all her money.
It's like wild that that's still like an issue today. I mean that's like been a problem for so long because like was that Britney Spears who had that same problem too? Where her family was just taking money.
Britney Spears. Maybe. I can't even think of a time where Britney Spears was relevant in the last 5 or 6 years. But that would seem, yeah.
Yeah, it was Britney Spears because of her father and the servitorship, where like since she was under 18 when she started her career, her parents or like her dad was over the funds and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then essentially just continued to keep control over her as much as he could.
Mm-hmm.
Even like up to like I think it was like last year where she was finally able to like get out from underneath essentially her dad's like fingers for lack of a better term. But then yeah, like essentially her entire career has been controlled by her father in the sense that like she was given like a budget, like a stipend that her dad would give her and say this is how much you're allowed to spend.
It's just such a timeless looking car.
So like imagine like
next to it we got the
being one of like the biggest
very nice
artists
couple SS's and a SRT Charger
back then
got a
and
Challenger here
not being able to
slick in the
enjoy
back. Kinda interesting.
the
A V3 CTSV
the efforts, the fruits of your hard work and everything. I was just like, that's just
And then a
it's just messed up.
500.
And like every time that she would try to get out of it, they would try to show her off in the light, like in this light that she's like crazy and everything, and like she needs to be controlled. It was really fucked. It was like Brian Wilson. Brian Wilson's another one that
Beadlocks, okay.
I distinctly remember. Oh man. Sorry, I just got distracted. I was pulling up Twitch and I just saw that the ESA marathon, they're running Jack and Daxter right now.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
I was like, what in the world?
ESA Marathon? Is that like the channel name?
Yeah, they're doing speed runs.
Oh man.
So they're doing a Precursor Legacy, it looks like.
Another SS rolling up. Who is that? Don't recognize him, but good to have new people out.
It's
Got a
crazy.
good crowd out here.
Like I saw this, I was just like, no way. Like we're off by like a couple weeks for this being like.
This is super nice, man.
Oh, did they finish?
No way. Did we just like come to the end of it?
I guess.
Jesus, man. Look at that.
Is it? There's two different channels. There's ESA Marathon and ESA Marathon 2.
Got a base model C6.
And now they're
Check this out. Carbon fiber fenders. I like that.
switching to Jack 3, I think.
So we're gonna head over to
setting up for Jack 3.
The Journey Back Gold Edition. I've never heard of that.
So you know it's fast.
I'm trying to get to the Karen video. I want to see.
It was like crazy easy to find actually, because it had it was like 9 million views or something, like 9.8 million views.
Yeah.
It's like wow.
Hey babe, come here. He just threatened me. He said he's gonna move me if I don't move.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You don't do this in the neighborhood.
You're gonna be YouTube famous. I mean, it's cool.
You're not moving. You're not moving. Yes, not moving now.
When you rev it, you're not moving, man.
He just threatened me too.
I was standing on my back porch. Yeah. Okay, and I hear him peeling out. When I got kids on my neck, I want to peel out. You want to go look down the street?
You'd see the clouds.
You want to go look in the street with me? Because I heard them. Deal with you. I used to build race cars. I know about it. Okay. Oh really?
You don't do that in a neighborhood.
Can't play that game. Don't play that game. I'll play any game you
It's
want to
not
play.
about stopping
That's okay.
them.
Go ahead. It's just recorded live.
That's exactly what you're doing, though.
That's like drag racing. We
Ma'am.
saw this.
What?
Okay, listen. Y'all can say it all you want.
Yeah.
This is a destructive thing, and it's not good
Write
for
me a
kids
ticket.
in a
I'll pay the
neighborhood.
goddamn ticket.
I don't say GD. That is so
Oh
wrong.
my God.
How far out on it?
Sorry, I just no. Listen, y'all are different than we are.
We're trying to leave, man.
No.
I'm trying to
No,
leave.
you
This is impeding traffic.
I'm trying to leave out your neighborhood.
You're parked down there at the end. and
These
You
are
can leave
all my
anytime you
homies.
get ready.
These are all my homies. I run the pace.
and say GD.
You're impeding traffic, though.
Dude, the girl with the dog,
You are impeding
like
traffic.
she's just
That's
holding
what's
her like
going
mini
on.
dog and
It's
everything.
going on
Wait,
YouTube.
where's the dog? I don't want to see that. See, there's a lady bringing her child out. I don't really know what's happening anymore because all the boom. Oh, there's the dog.
It's people leaving their pools to come see what's going on.
There's a neighborhood fight. Everybody.
Yeah, it's like more people are coming out to see what is going on than if people were just, you know, doing the drive.
Oh my god.
And a little bit more positivity. We have a very cute puppy who doesn't want to be on camera.
Ooh.
So I was like, get away.
It's just a bunch of fat dudes with a ton of estrogen pumping inside them.
Yeah, I love to look at like this one kid there who's like acting all like tough and everything. It's like, why? Like,
She was standing in the middle of the road.
what's the point, man?
And you know, just being a hoe.
What are you
know,
defending? You know,
But
you're being loud. It's like, okay.
Felons and thieves and stuff out here. Park in front of his house, so.
Right now, I would not go first. Look at all the cops.
The cops are rolling out. They're probably sitting in the back seat, handcuffed. Like, that's those hoodlums. Cops down there. They're waving. I got all of this on fight people. I have it on video. People got arrested.
At least 2 or 3.
Them feet. Jesus.
Oh my god.
I was like, hey, what's your name? And she literally like turned around. She was like, don't freaking push me. And his husband.
Part involved in the initial disturbance, please go down yonder. We'll come talk to you in a minute if we need to. Everybody else that was involved, y'all just come up right here and let me talk with you, okay? Hey guys.
Alrighty. I guess that's the end of it. I bring a little more positivity to this video. We have a dog. Rachel. Oh, hello, puppy.
Oh.
Dougie, smile.
Look at this puppy.
He'll come right up to you.
Chris the Red CR1 rolling out. I'll see you.
Dang. Well. How long does it take for somebody to set up Jat 3, man? Oh, it's on PC. Any percent and all cutscenes under 30 minutes. That's pretty good, I think. All right. Podcast over, officially.
The end.
The end.
Tune in next.
Time?